Hello and welcome to IndoDiveX, a podcast about diving, ocean stories, and the incredible underwater world of Indonesia.
I'm Kai.
And I'm Mia.
In this podcast, we explore marine life, diving adventures, and the magic of the Coral Triangle.
Kai, I am so excited for today's episode. We're talking about that one thing every diver chases, but it's so hard to put into words for people who haven't been down there yet.
You mean the magic, right? That feeling of just floating in the blue.
Exactly. It's like leaving the heavy world behind and just drifting. It's why we're calling today's episode Diver's Story, Floating in the Blue. Indonesia has this unique way of making you feel like you're flying through an underwater paradise.
It really does. I was reading a story from a diver who described it as a veritable underwater garden. Imagine being surrounded by thousands of islands that look exactly like they did thousands of years ago. Crystalline lagoons and Jurassic Park-like greenery above. But the real show starts the second you drop below the surface.
Oh, I can picture it. There's a specific dive site in Raja Ampat that perfectly captures this. It's actually called Blue Magic. It's a pinnacle reef out in the open ocean where everything you see is full of life and movement.
I love Blue Magic. The name comes from those clear blue waters and the sheer magic of seeing so many big fish gather there. When you're there, you're often surrounded by what divers call a cloud of fish. Huge schools of jackfish and barracuda swirling around you.
That sounds like total bliss. But you know what's even more magical than the fish? It's the feeling of weightlessness.
Oh, 100%. When you swim out into that deep blue and just hover, it feels like an anti-gravity environment. It's one of the most calming things you can experience. Some people even use it as a form of therapy because it reduces anxiety and helps you totally shut off the noise from the surface.
And it's not just the weightlessness, it's the silence. Well, except for the occasional sound of your own breathing or your guide banging on their tank to point out something cool. That silence helps you focus entirely on the beauty around you.
Speaking of beauty, we have to talk about the Banda Blue. If you head over to the Banda Sea, the visibility can be over 100 feet. There was a diver there who described floating in 30 feet of water with 120-foot visibility, looking at nothing but pristine, untouched coral as far as the eye could see. He called it a magical moment, and honestly, it sounds like a dream.
It really is. And for our listeners who might be new to this, it's not just about the big vistas. Sometimes the magic is in the tiny things. Did you know that in places like Blue Magic or the Lembeh Strait, you can find pygmy seahorses that are only about 2 centimeters big?
It's incredible. You go from these massive oceanic manta rays and gray reef sharks to a tiny seahorse the size of your fingernail. That diversity is why Indonesia is the heart of the Coral Triangle.
Okay, Kai, time for some fun ocean facts for our listeners. Did you know that some dive sites like Blue Magic are actually cleaning stations?
That's a cool one. It's basically like an underwater spa. Large fish gather there specifically to be cleaned by smaller creatures. It's a whole display of nature that divers get to watch from the front row.
And here's another one for the photography fans. The reason those underwater photos often look so blue is that water absorbs warm colors like red and orange first as you go deeper. That's why everything starts to look like that Banda blue unless you bring your own lights.
That's a great tip. But even without a camera, just being there, taking those slow, deep breaths is a natural stress reliever. It improves your blood flow and just makes you feel peaceful.
It really does make you think about why we do this. We're so lucky to have these places. I mean, seeing acres of pristine coral shouldn't be unusual, but in today's world, it's something truly special to celebrate.
You're so right. Pristine is a word we don't get to use often enough. When you're floating over a reef that hasn't been touched by human interference, you realize how important it is to protect this wilderness.
It's a reminder that we're just visitors in their world. We get to experience this magic, but we have a responsibility to keep it that way for the next generation of explorers.
Well said, Mia. I think I'm ready for another dive now.
Me too. But first, let's finish our coffee.
Thank you for listening to IndoDiveX.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow the podcast and share it with fellow ocean lovers.
Until the next dive, keep exploring and keep protecting our ocean.